Welcome back to Echoes of Time, where we explore the world's most enduring and confounding mysteries, traveling today to the vast, cold emptiness of the North Atlantic Ocean. Our destination is the site of a maritime enigma, a chilling tale of a seaworthy ship discovered sailing completely crewless, launching a legend known as the Ghost Ship of the Atlantic. The year was 1872, and the brigantine known as the Mary Celeste was sailing from New York to Genoa, carrying a precious cargo of industrial alcohol destined for Italy. Aboard the vessel were Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and 7 experienced crew members, making a total of 10 souls on board. Nearly a month after she set sail, the Mary Celeste was spotted adrift, roughly halfway between the Azores and the coast of Portugal, by the Canadian brigantine Dei Gratia. The captain of the Dei Gratia, David Morehouse, recognized the Mary Celeste as he was acquainted with Captain Briggs, immediately finding the vessel's erratic course deeply concerning. A small boarding party was sent across the choppy waters, and what they found aboard the Mary Celeste would seal its place in the annals of the unexplained, fueling centuries of speculation. The ship was completely abandoned. The entire crew and the captain's family had vanished into thin air, leaving no indication of their fate or their destination. The most perplexing detail was the state of the vessel itself. Despite being slightly waterlogged and having its lifeboat missing, the Mary Celeste was perfectly sound and seaworthy. The ship's cargo of 1,701 barrels of alcohol was mostly intact, the sails were partially set, and the ship's rigging was largely functional, showing no signs of a desperate storm or high seas. Inside the captain's cabin, everything was neatly stowed, and personal effects, including money, jewels, and the ship's logbook, were found exactly where they belonged. A closer inspection revealed the table in the mess hall was set for a meal, with food still waiting to be eaten, suggesting a sudden and instantaneous disruption to their routine. Yet, the most disturbing missing item, aside from the crew, was the captain's chronometer, a vital navigational tool which strongly suggested the crew had planned to abandon ship and gauge their location. The last entry in the ship's logbook was dated 10 days earlier, noting the ship's position near the Azores, providing no insight into the reasons for their sudden flight. The official inquiry that followed was extensive but ultimately fruitless, leading to wildly conflicting theories about mutiny, piracy, insurance fraud, and even mythical sea monsters. One leading theory suggests that a combination of faulty plumbing and the volatile alcohol cargo created a low-level explosion or a release of toxic fumes, frightening the crew enough to quickly evacuate into the lifeboat. Another plausible theory posits that the ship was hit by a freak rogue wave which washed some crew members overboard and prompted the remaining individuals to flee in the lifeboat, fearing the ship would capsize. The lost lifeboat, however, would never be found, meaning the captain and his entire company either sank in the open ocean or perished quickly due to exposure in the subsequent days. Less conventional explanations involve strange weather phenomena, magnetic anomalies similar to those hypothesized in the Bermuda Triangle, or even supernatural intervention from a malevolent presence. The final, unsettling truth is that while the Mary Celeste was recovered and sailed for several more years, the fate of Captain Briggs and his 9 companions remains one of the ocean's most impenetrable and haunting secrets. To this day, the ship remains the quintessential ghost ship, a reminder that sometimes the simple act of vanishing can be the greatest mystery of all.